So I said that we transfer three things. First, we're going to transfer the idea that the force between the nucleus and the electron is caused by the fact that both the nucleus and the electron have mass. We notice that the relationships up here were similar to the relationships over here, so we're going to infer that the explanation is the same as well. So the nucleus has mass and the electron has mass, and those are going to cause the force between the nucleus and the electron. We're also going to transfer the idea that because the electron revolves around the nucleus, that means that the nucleus must have a greater mass than the electron. The planet revolved around the sun because the sun's mass was greater than the planet, so the electron must revolve around the nucleus because the nucleus's mass is greater than the electron's. We wouldn't transfer the idea that the nucleus is a sun or that the electrons are planets because those take the transfer a little bit too literally. We also wouldn't transfer the idea that the nucleus attracts electrons or the electron revolves around the nucleus because those were already in our original representation. So we end up with this. The nucleus and the electron both having mass causes the force between them, and the nucleus's mass being greater than the electron's mass causes the electron to revolve around the nucleus.
That's a smart answer, David. Recall that originally I had said that I'll explain structural similarity, and I have not done it so far. I'm going to use this particular example and David's answer to explain it now. Given the solar system as the source case, and the atomic structure as the target problem, we can see that there is little semantic similarity between them. The kinds of objects that are occurring in the solar system are not at all like the kinds of objects that are occurring in the atomic structure. We can also see that pragmatic similarity is not a major issue here. We are not talking about the goal of the solar system or the goal of the atomic structure. Although we might have the goal of understanding the atomic structure in the solar system, there is nothing in the solar system or in the atomic structure which has a goal. Yet, David was able to answer this question correctly. This is because of structural similarity. Let us consider the top part of the model of the solar system. You can think of this top part like a graph. The vertices in this graph correspond to objects and their properties. The edges in this graph correspond to relationships, such as force between sun and planet, or sun attracts planet and planet attracts sun. Once again, this graphical representation of the model of the atomic structure, the vertices representing the objects and the features, and the edges are representing the relationship between the objects. Although there is little semantic similarity or pragmatic similarity between the two situations, we can see a structural similarity, a similarity in the structure of the graphs. Because this part of the graph of the representation of the solar system is similar to this part of the graph of the representation of the atomic structure, we can therefore infer that we can transfer this part of the graph of the solar system to infer this part of the graph of the atomic structure. Structural similarity then captures relational similarity. What is common between these two situations is neither the objects nor the goals. What is common here is the relational similarity, and that is what structural similarity captures.